I am switching over all of my passwords today. It's finally happening. I've been thinking about doing this and I'm finally doing it. I am no longer set in my ways with my old password manager. We're making the switch and we're going to see if this works. Proton is an amazing, amazing security company. I've been using them for my work for years, and I do mean years. I was involved with Proton back when the only things they offered were Proton email and Proton VPN, both of which are amazing products. But Proton is, in my opinion, some of the top security experts in the world that have gotten together to offer a better suite of applications that enable privacy, enable security. They offer things on the business side of things. Actually, a couple of the companies that I'm involved with use at my day work use the full suite of Proton, and so Proton, who's come out with a bunch of different applications recently, came out with Proton Pass. Now, when I started, going back to school, I learned about KeyPass and I thought KeyPass was amazing. KeyPass has a lot of different plugins and extensions you can get for it. It's a good password manager, but it's also saved locally. And the master file of database of, usernames, passwords, however you set it up, is encrypted. And I also save it in an encrypted cloud drive so that way I can access it whenever I want from wherever I want, and I know that it's there. But I'm gonna switch to Proton Pass. So today, tonight, this morning, whenever you're watching this, we're gonna see if we can pull everything into Proton Pass and see how it looks. Okay. So right here, look, install Proton Pass for Chrome. That's cool. I don't use Chrome for my passwords, so that's not going to happen. Really cool thing here. They've got vaults. So vaults are basically just kind of like a folder structure, right? So you could have personal, all items. You could have work. You could have a certain business. You could have all of your things for hacking, all of your things for school. So you can make different vaults. The other thing that really I find attractive is you can create a login. Okay, so you can actually create or you can create an alias. I'm sorry. So hide my email alias. So login is just like regular. What's your username? What's your password that you need to use for this application, website, service, whatever. But the hide my email alias is really neat. So with Proton, depending on the membership you get, you can actually have alias emails that you use to set up for logging into these different services, and that way you're not getting spammed with a bunch of things because they do sell your stuff. You can create a proxy credit card. That's cool. Oh, look, I can create an encrypted note. I can create an entire new identity or a custom item. That's cool. But today we're bringing in our passwords. Now, importing passwords. Right here, you can actually see all the different password managers that you can import. Now, this is really cool. I do not see. Oh, wait a minute. There's KeyPass right there. Hello. Let's try it. Okay. Choose a file or drag it here. Let's start there. So this is KeyPass. If you've never used it before, I encourage you to at least play around with it, try it out. It's simple, right? It's not all flashy and beautiful like Proton, but I've hidden some things here, but this is what KeyPass looks like. So, right here, you can see this is my personal vault.lnk. It stands for link, if you didn't know that. This is my personal vault. This is my Code Red group. Okay, so these are the different things that I log into with Code Red. Some of these are blurred for my own security sake. But this is basically what KeyPass looks like. So right now, we're going to exit out of this thing and we're going to see if pulling the file over will let us upload everything. Okay, so off camera, just tried to import the KeyPass file and it did not work. And that was my own fault. I realized it's got to be an XML file. Now, what's cool is that Proton's amazing. How do I export my data from KeyPass? Let's see. Okay, so KeyPass. Let's see here. You have to export the passwords or other data and then import into Proton Pass. And right here, it tells us file, export, and the format's got to be XML. Okay, and then we're gonna have to put in our database password, and oh, we don't have KeyPass XC. I don't know what that is. Wow, my stuff is outdated. All right, go to the import tab, which I mean we're basically already in. We'll just upload it. Yeah, this looks a little bit outdated compared to what we're seeing, but that's okay. We're gonna upload everything. All right, so we're in KeyPass. Things are blurred, and that's okay. So file, export, and we need the KeyPass XML version right here. And destination, let's say, all right, destination is chosen. I've got more things that are blurred out. That's okay. Let's put in our super secret long master password. Okay, I think that worked. Okay, just gonna drag this folder, the personal vault.xml, right there, and we're gonna click in. We've got all these different vaults. That is amazing, and we're just gonna go ahead and confirm. Please keep this window open while your data is being imported. Amazing. So, oh wow, it's actually going faster than I thought it would. Well, this is it, folks. This is how the bacon's made. Or the brownies? Something. All right, let's test and see how it looks. Okay, so again, here, all of this is blurred out because I don't want you guys to see my login stuff. But look at this. This is my code red email. It's got my email, it's got my password, and it already says weak. Wow. So that's amazing. So Proton actually assesses whether your password for your login is considered weak, better. Shit. I need to get my shit together. That's not good. Um so you can see it gives you some feedback, which is amazing. Proton is an amazing source for security and for privacy. I strongly recommend checking out the products, checking out their VPN, and using their email. I exclusively use their email for everything. Okay, so this Proton Pass is pretty amazing. You can install the Chrome extension or Firefox, or I'm sure there's a Brave extension for any of you that use the Brave browser. But I mean, that was pretty simple. That was easy. I just populated in all my passwords in one smooth go. That was amazing. And it gives, if the password's weak or not, you can edit it. You can also share this. Interesting. So you can share it with other Proton users or via secure link. Now that is nice. So via secure link for a one-off sharing. That's really important. When we share passwords, for example, when I do it through encrypted email, you have to set a password. You've got to encrypt it, and then you have to share that password with them, and then have to use a password to decrypt it. This is really convenient to be able just to go in there and, share it just as a one-off, and then you can go back in and then change the password later. That's nice. That is secure. That is something I am a big fan of. So, look here. You can also lock Proton Pass. What does this do? All right. So again, I'm blurring out a lot in this video. But right here, my Proton Password Manager is completely locked up. Nobody has access to it. The only way I can gain access again is if I actually input my master password for my Proton account. That's pretty amazing. Okay, let's see what else we got. Advanced. What's this? Generated passwords. Manually sync your data. Oh, and then you can get the other apps. That is cool. I've had issues where I need to log into something through my phone and I don't have access to that super secure KeyPass password manager. I had to download the, app for KeyPass, and then I had to download the encrypted drive application where I kept, the master database file and then sync them up and then log into the master database file. With Proton, they make it super convenient. You can just download the Proton Pass application on your phone and then just access everything from there because they secure it on encrypted drives out of Switzerland, which is really important. That means that they've got privacy laws in Switzerland that involve not giving out your data or information to, any government or foreign entity without your explicit permission. Switzerland's amazing because of that. So Proton's pretty amazing. Proton really has their shit together. They know what they're doing. I love everything that they've been coming out with. I am going to be using this Proton Pass pass monitor. What's this? Oh, look, you can monitor the dark web. Weak passwords, inactive 2FA, reused passwords. Oh, there's only 2 reused passwords. Ha, take that. Proton Sentinel. See, they offer a lot of different stuff. So you can enable dark web monitoring so that if your email, your password, or any of your data that's in here was leaked, you'll know about it. Lickety split. And then you can change it, do something about it, lock down the account that it's associated with, whatever you need to do. That's amazing. A lot of password managers do not offer this level of security. They don't offer this level of monitoring. That's pretty amazing. So I highly suggest checking out Proton, using their password manager. Check out their other suite of tools. Right here, I'm on their website. You can actually create a free account with Proton, but look at everything they have to offer. You've got Proton email, VPN packages, cloud storage, their Proton Drive, the password manager, which we were just on. I haven't messed with Lumo very much. If anyone's messed with Lumo, please let me know. They've got docs and sheets, which is pretty cool. The calendar I use pretty exclusively. The authenticator. Definitely check out the authenticator. I'm sure I'll be doing a video on it at some point. But multi-factor authentication is really important. It's not convenient. I know it's not convenient, but man, does it keep you secure. And having a good authenticator app that you can rely on that keeps all of your data private, especially if you're an individual, right? So if you're an individual or you're just getting started in your cybersecurity career, you don't have a company or an enterprise that's paying for enterprise level multi-factor authentication, like, Duo from Cisco, for example. But this authenticator app, and I know there's a lot of different ones out there, but it really, yeah. Oh, Google Meet. I just said Google Proton Meet. Oh, Proton Meet. Now that looks awesome. Okay. So I highly recommend, like, go through Proton, check out the different things that they offer, look at their technical documentation, see how their stuff is set up. That's what brought me to Proton originally, was that I saw that their email and their VPN were both using servers in an underground former military installation where they installed their own security systems and, security controls and risk mitigations to be able to protect everyone's data. So go check it out. By all means, let me know what you think. But Proton, you are amazing for offering this.